Alright guys, this is Shopway48 here. Welcome back to another video. Today we have the new chapter of My Hero Academia for 428. Guys, we're really close to the end of My Hero Academia, guys, for the manga to be over. I'm so deeply, sad about it's coming to an end, but hey, it was a good run for us for this series and the good manga, and I absolutely enjoy it. But don't don't feel sad up till now, but just enjoy the rest of the seasons that they collected, the DVDs, the movies. I mean, it's not too late to rewatch the whole series again. I mean, the more the merrier, right? I mean, yeah. So without further ado, guys, let's jump on to this chapter.
So we got the 428 spoilers, and this chapter is the third from final chapter of the series. Also, I think it might be confirmed in this chapter that Uraraka is in fact dead. We're also finding out the fate of a few other characters, and we're getting introduced to a new student from the new Class 1A. But before we get into it, let me just quickly go over what had happened in the previous chapter. So, we saw Izuku meet up with Spinner, and essentially telling him what Shigaraki told Izuku on his deathbed about how he just wanted to confirm to Spinner that he continued to destroy up until the very end. So that kind of ended Spinner's storyline, I suppose. Then also Overhaul's story was ended, where he's essentially going to be in prison forever and tormented by the Shihai Hisakai boss. Then at the end of the chapter we saw the new students coming into UA. So coming into this one, the chapter begins with the first years explaining when they became interested in Bakugo and Shoto, at the sports festival, in the war, etc. Ida says that chasing them around isn't good and that they still haven't fully recovered from the war. The girls apologize. Shinso says that he thought Bakugo liked the attention, but Sero says that the amount was too much. Kaminari's jealous, and Deku says that the girls have always kind of ignored Bakugo, so he must not be used to it. Shinso says that's surprising, and Mineta says that it's not. A first-year boy tells Deku that he saw him fighting in the war and wanted to be like him. Deku remembers Spinner's face and doesn't quite know how to react, thinking, this pain. Ochako is looking at all of this with a mysterious expression. So we've got these miscellaneous girls here. We don't really see them too much in this chapter, and then we're introduced to this male student who kind of looks like a cross between Ida and Izuku, I guess. He has rings on his hand or something. I don't know. I'll go over this guy a little bit more in my full review for the chapter tomorrow. His quirk probably has something to do with rings or his fingers or something. But now we're seeing how Izuku is kind of becoming famous and a point for inspiring people the same way that All Might was. Cut to the teacher's room, and Mike says that 2A has received another request for an interview, but Aizawa refuses. Ectoplasm says that some students, like Mineta, just want the spotlight, but Aizawa says that others don't, and that he wants to respect them. The students are sent to a reconstruction area to work with Fat Gum, Best Genius, and Edshot. They start cleaning up the wreckage, and Bakugo asks Edshot if he's going to stay like this forever, but Edshot tells him not to worry because now he even has little thread hands. So this is kind of sad.
I'm surprised Edshot's still kicking.
But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, HelloFresh. Ditch the meal planning woes and dive into HelloFresh's biggest menu yet, with over 50 recipes and even more market items to choose from every single week. Make delicious food a priority this summer with quick, convenient recipes delivered straight to your door. Just choose your meals, select a delivery date, and HelloFresh handles all the meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep, so all you have to do is open your box and get cooking. And when you sign up today, you'll unlock free appetizers for life. You can get the party started or enjoy a little pre-dinner treat with your appetizer of choice in every HelloFresh box for free. So I got in on the appetizers myself because I got the sesame ginger chicken gyoza dumplings and the Thai basil chicken spring rolls, and they were both fantastic. Then for dinner I made the chicken and bacon ranch pasta bake with broccoli and mozzarella. This was like ultimate comfort food. This is by far one of the best things I've ever gotten from HelloFresh. HelloFresh also helps me with the grind of YouTube. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat next, or what I'm going to prepare, or if I'm going to order something because it's all here for me. And it's also stress relief. So guys, go to HelloFresh.com and use code ZONINAPPS for free appetizers for life. That's one free appetizer item per box while your subscription is active. Again, that's code ZONINAPPS at HelloFresh.com for free appetizers for life. Thanks, guys. So Bakugo asks if he won't go back to normal, and Edgeshot says that he plans to become even better than before, making Bakugo smile. The civilians serve lunch to the heroes, and one of them says that his plantation was destroyed in the war, which causes Deku to apologize. So yeah, I guess this is like the final update on Edgeshot,
Oh, that's
possibly.
him?
Because we saw that after
crazy.
he did his crazy ultimate secret attack, where he like threaded himself into Bakugo to save him by repairing his heart, and I think like his lungs too. I thought that he was going to die as a result of that, but he actually just wound up becoming like this little thread thing. He almost looks like a Pokemon.
Kinda.
So he's like somehow staying alive in this state, and now he's able to like branch out hands. I don't know if this means that he's ever going to become like a full human form again. Like if he's just stuck like this, it's kind of sad. You should have just killed him at that point. The civilian then says that he's not blaming him. After seeing the heroes fighting, they felt motivated. Instead of leaving everything to the heroes, they also want to do something on their own. The heroes thank them for the food and say that they'll finish cleaning up today. Cementos' class bus arrives and Aizawa is confused, but Cementos says that the first years wanted to apologize and make up for the mess. The boy who respects Deku says that they've just entered the school and don't have their licenses yet, but they also want to help. The civilian from before says it's curious to see how efforts influence other people, and Ochako says that she's relieved to see that everyone seems to be getting a bit more optimistic. Deku and Tsuyu look worried, but Ochako runs off and says that she's going to get some more food. We see a panel of Ochako eating an onigiri, still with the same fake smile, and a zoom in on Deku's face. At night, the narration says that they're not forced to stay at the dorms. Tsuyu says that Ochako said that she's going home for a while and isn't answering her messages. We see a flashback of the reporter's camera running out of battery right when all the Twice clones are vanishing, and a narration from Ochako. She says, "On that day our conclusion wasn't caught on camera. Ochako is watching the city from that hill from chapter 342. She says that the city is back to normal and that the battle is finally over. Things are going back to normal, and that's a good thing. She loves to see everyone smiling and would like to be optimistic too. She doesn't want to ruin the mood, but Ochako remembers Toga crying and smiling. That's why I'm suppressing the pain from this wound." Ochako thinks to herself as she places her hand on her stomach. She starts crying and Deku arrives, shouting "Uraraka!" End of chapter. So yeah, Uraraka reflecting on her final battle with Toga, and I guess confirming that she did die due to her giving Uraraka all of her blood in a transfusion at the very last second. And that's fine. You know, Toga doesn't really have to live. We already have Dabi and Overhaul, like, trapped in their prison cells, essentially, so... Oh, and along with Spinner, I suppose, so, yeah, some of them kind of need to go. Especially given the circumstances of the ending of Uraraka and Ochako, which apparently wasn't recorded, so the people don't see her good deed at the end there. But also Izuku running up on Ochako at the end here. I guess this is leading us into them finally having their heart-to-heart and...
I know where this is coming. It's happening. It's finally happening, guys. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. We've been waiting so long for Deku and Uraraka to get close and confess to each other. Now we get to the part where pretty much in the next chapter, they're probably going to confess their feelings in front of each other. Even though I know it's going to be a little bit awkward, and Deku's going to try to get confused of why she's crying and stuff, and she's probably going to refuse to say anything, but, you know, Deku's probably going to get the words out of her. But I like this. They never had a moment like this in the entire series. I mean, they pretty much had it before during season 7, but it was just a little chit chat. I mean, even though Deku was pretty much just, you know, saying what he had to say, but Uraraka just avoided. Now we come to the part where Uraraka's crying, and then she is having this little moment about Toka dying and stuff. I'm like totally knowing that Deku and Uraraka are about to confess their feelings. At least that's my guess, right, on the next chapter. So, and we only have 2 chapters away, so hopefully we'll be able to see that moment in the upcoming chapter. Well, no, it was a good chapter. I mean, everyone is pretty much coming to Class 1A, and the other Class 2A is, getting everything settled, cleaning up the whole town, and, enjoying what they can in their, regular school year. So, yeah, it's happening, guys. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. In the meantime, stay tuned, and I'll look forward to see what happens in the next chapter. Peace.